Welcome to today's episode of Green Pastures. And today the topic is how do we counter the confusion that is propagated in the media in the area of sexual relationships. And today I have along with me wonderful people in this panel.
My name is Angie Wilson. I'm from Malaysia. I'm attached with a relocation company.
My name is Latha Iyer. I'm a carebride, born and brought up in Mumbai, currently working in Dubai.
My name is Latha Fernandes. I'm from Goa and I'm currently working in Dubai for an IT company and I'm an active member of the youth group in Dubai.
Hi, my name is Annette Fernandes, born and brought up in Bombay and currently working in Dubai as an administrator, and I'm an active member of the youth ministry.
Hi, I am Latha Wilson. I'm from Malaysia and I'm working with the University of Nottingham, Malaysia campus, and I'm a part-time student at Sugi College, Subang Jaya campus.
Okay, Latha, what are your views about this topic?
It's my opinion that this is the evil spirit influence on the younger generation. And I feel they do not have a very upbringing of prayer life in the families. So that's the reason the youth have gone away, and whatever is projected towards from media, that's what the youth is getting dragged to. And the internet, the social media has become such a big boom, and I think that's where the youth is getting dragged, peer pressure. And I think it's completely wrong. It's not the right thing because the consequences could be severe. This is my view. So I think parents should inculcate, control their children, and they should watch what the children are doing, at least keep a tab on them, advise them in a gentle way. This is my opinion.
What about your views, Annette?
I agree with Latha on that, and I think in today's generation it's more of a peer pressure and something that's very casual. It's not a sin. It's considered something as very natural, and it's okay to do it. You tell any friend, even if someone wants to consult a friend, sometimes there are people to encourage it rather than say no, it's wrong, and which I think it's not the right thing, and it's something that we need to check with maybe our parents or get an advice from an elder who will give us the right guidance. Rather than just consulting a friend. So I think it's something that we shouldn't encourage. We should try and see that today's generation does not go in that direction.
Okay, in this era, there are most of the girls, or especially the women, okay, they lose their virginity. Okay, this is due because of peer evaluating. Okay, it's about the peer who are like asking them to do that. Okay, and then it's due to watching of more of pornographic videos and due to lust feeling, and then sometimes they say that this is a kind of love. Okay, so in my opinion, like I feel it is totally wrong. Okay, it is because it is already written by God our Lord in the Bible. It's already been stated that in the 10 Commandments we are committing adultery, and moreover we are leading into mortal sins.
Exactly, true.
So that's the opinion of mine.
What about you?
I think social media plays a very important role. It's not a matter of peer pressure is one thing. Yeah, you go together, you sit, you talk, when one get engaged into it and then they get influenced and all that. But of course, once they are alone, nowadays parents, they don't have much time to spend with their parents. So these children are leading to computers. They find answer through internets. And internets mostly are now, it's like more to don'ts than do. You see, the moment you go into, you just want to find for a web, the moment you go for your search, there will be girls with, bikinis, immoral advertisements right at the side of the bars, This is leading them to, let me just go into these websites and let me just see what is it all about. So when they indulge in that, that is where they come up, that is what controlling their mind. So it's for them, it's like, it's okay for me to actually go into the website and view. I'm just viewing. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just viewing from my point of view. I just want to see what is this website is all about. Okay. And since my friends are telling me this, that, it's not a sin. It's okay. Your parents don't know. It's between you and your partner. So just give a try. It's nothing wrong. And when they go and in their loneliness where they don't have anyone to guide them. You see, nowadays teenagers, I think that they are not guided in a proper way. They don't have a proper guidance. They are looking to friends for advice more than parents, because parents, they have, I don't know why, to this generation and to our parents' generation, we don't have that communication where we can turn to our parents for advice, because we think that they are not in our era. So we don't have, so they can't think like how we are thinking. So we turn to our friends. If we have good group of friends, then it's okay for us to turn to our friends. But at this time, I think parents should really see who are their children looking up to.
Exactly.
Just take the time to go into, see who are they mixing with.
As I'm dealing with youth in Dubai, they don't have that connection with the parents to go and trust their parents with this topic. Secondly, the way our parents are brought up, this topic is something very secret. They don't share with it. It's something very personal. Nobody should discuss about it. If you don't build a trust among your child and your mother or father, okay, Papa, Mama, what is this? I never saw a single child going and questioning their parents. And this is where inquisitiveness gets into it, and you go to the wrong sources. I would say it will be the first parents. The child go and ask parents and say, okay, this is what has happened. Is it right? Is it wrong? Then, okay, if parents are not available, that's when you will go to your friends or your whoever comes in your way. Yeah. And then if that source is not a source of truth, the youth is gone away, totally gone away. And it's not an easy task. To handle a youth group, it's not an easy thing, because they challenge you with certain things. And especially with homosexuality or whatever, what is it called, live-in relationships. It is like a normal story. Okay, my friends are going, this is okay. It's okay to have you may have a friend who is gay-oriented, but in love, you can correct the person, and through an example of your religion as a Catholic, you can bring that person back to the church. Because there are Catholic friends I do have, and who are oriented to gay. But the bottom line is, I know that this is not, that something is in their genes. There's some bad experience they have that led them to do this. And then there was no one in an initial stage to discuss maybe. Or maybe there's a hurt which happened in childhood and they don't want to disclose it, or they're kept under tight traps and this is very dirty, unclean, don't discuss. Or your parents may force you, no, don't say this, don't tell this to anybody. But actually, the youth or the person has to open up to someone, and that is their parents. The problem is also pornography is available everywhere. There's no restrictions by the government. Or I understand nowadays parents are giving gifts to their children, like, okay, you want iPad, take iPad. You want iPhone, take iPhone. You passed with first class, you passed with distinction, take. This is a gift. But they also need to know what is your son or daughter is doing with it. When you're not there. You're giving gifts to your child. I say, okay, fine. Give your gifts to your child. There's no restriction on that. But you need to also know, be vigilant what's going on there. What are your views as a mother? How do you tackle it?
Though my children, I did lead them spiritually, from younger age. I brought them to retreats or whatever. I too faced these challenges because they threw questions at me.
One family in particular, which I know, where the son is completely deviated just because father doesn't have time for him at all. Father is playing as a musician for a band and has time to go every weekend for parties and whatever with his gang of friends. But the mother is so desperate that they don't have money to eat food. And it's such a pathetic situation, and you feel like, what's going on? Like, where is the family? Where is the father? Where he has to spend time with his daughter and his son, they're not there. And it's very sad to see. And then you think of the future of the child. Where are you going to see this boy going? He's become such a boisterous child right now, because he's a teenager, because all this while he was young, small, and he's been building up with all this negativity in the house, and he was okay, quiet. But now he's teenage and he's almost going to be 18, and he has become the opposite. I've seen that change with him, and as I say, God, I can only do is pray for him,
Yes.
and may somebody bring him to the right path. Because whatever path is going right now is very bad. I tried speaking to him, but nowadays teenagers don't want to speak to elders. I say, you're not part of my generation. Please don't talk to me.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just pray, like, if you have some one or two friends who can really talk to you and tell you that this is not the way you should spend your life. You have a career ahead. You have to stand on your own feet, and then you have to take care of your parents. If you don't take care of your parents, or if you don't study right now, because the fees in Dubai it's really very expensive.
Very
It's not a joke.
Yes.
Especially when it's only one person working in the family. It's not a joke, really. So it is on the child that he should understand. But on the same point, the child is going through turmoil in the family.
Yes.
So you can't blame the child.
Very true.
So it is the mother and the father need to sit, solve whatever the differences you all have, come to a conclusion for your children.
That's true.
I think the relationship with the parents is important. I think that plays a very important role, because if the parents have that relationship with the children as a friend more than the parent, even though it's very tough, especially when there is the age gap and they say, you don't understand me, you don't know how I feel, it's different, things were different when I think we have all gone through that age where we do not want to discuss. We say, okay, you won't understand what I'm going through, and things are different now. And that's why that is when the youth they want to get into media, and they try to learn things their own way instead of maybe parents or something. Melissa, since you're of that age, what do you think could the youth do at this stage?
Okay, like for me personally, I have a very good friend. She's my mom. And then moreover, I'll talk to my sister. So, yes, I do have friends who are same age with me, and they are attracted to, having sexual before marriage and all. So the thing is, I will talk to them, but then they say that I'm an old nanny. Okay, they call me that. And then they say that I am too innocent at times. Okay, but it's just that I'll pray for them. That's the only thing that I can do. I'll just lift up to God on them, and I'll just pray for them. They should really have a friend. So sometimes when they come and I talk to them, then they say, no, it's not, you're not meant for me to talk with. I'll go with someone else. So in that way, I'll just tell them, why don't you just talk with your siblings? Because they are 2 years younger than them and 1 year elder than them. So maybe you can talk to them. Maybe you can get your siblings' advice in the terms. Then they will no, you're still an old nanny. So I'll just pray for them. That's all I can do.
In my opinion, what I think is that if parents can't have that communication with children, it's okay. It's okay that you can't have a communication with your children. Yeah. Direct them to other channel. You have church, you are going to church. For those who are not Catholic, you have your own groups, own team, respectively. Send them for counseling, get them to be attached with someone that you trust, as parents that you trust, where your children have that positive energy that they can share anything with that person. Okay, that person can come and share, whatever that your children share. If that person think your children is going on the wrong way, that particular person will be able to share their knowledge, share whatever experience that child has been going through with the parents. If you don't have that comfortable to speak with your own children, it's okay. Direct them to a person that you trust, where you think that my child will be will feel comfortable talking to this person. So let me get my children's thoughts from this person.
I agree with Angie on that, because I see that some youth are more comfortable when it comes to an outsider, because sometimes they feel that their parents will judge them. In that perspective, I think, and if it's someone whom the parents trust, so even the parents are comfortable. So I think it's a win-win situation for the youth and from the parent.
What I would say, not in all situations that the parents should go to a person. I understand there will be a good friend or something, that will be okay. But not everything that their son or daughter discusses with them should the parent know. Okay, it is something very major or critical, okay, you can discuss that with the mother. Okay, this is what your son is going through or your daughter is going through. But if that level of confidentiality is not there among the person that he's sharing to, then it might break his trust or his or her trust. So there should be, in fact, I'm not saying all the youth are the same. I will say it's a 50-50. Some youth prefer it a total stranger and they open up everything. On the other flip side, it will be someone who they know and they are okay with it and they feel they're casual, their own uncles or aunties, and they'll tell everything. But I do see a friction where the mother is a good friend and they know that, so mommy was going to tell everything. I mean, my mommy's friend was going to tell everything to mama, so what's the use? It's like whether I tell it to my auntie or I tell my mommy, it's one and the same. So I don't know whether you agree to it. As a mother, you may be going through the same. Like, I mean, you asked your son to share, or is your son comfortable to share with you?
Yes, my son and daughter, they both, they share everything with me.
That's brilliant. I mean,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
They share everything with me. But I totally agree with Angie and Annette, as they said, it's nice to get like a close uncle or a auntie. Or I think a counselor also will be very good if they look out for a counselor who's known to the family.
Exactly.
Very important. And I also feel as a child, we can always know a person by the life the person leads. You know, it's not necessary that a person will be a counselor or in total prayer, but not necessarily he can give spiritual guidance. We must watch the person's actions in real life, the fruits, and we know, okay, this is the right person. That person, doesn't disclose, and so I think children can approach. That's a very good because in situations where parents will get angry and they might just say, yeah, you did like this, you did, they will condemn the children. Correct. I think I totally agree with that. That's a very good point. Yeah.
I totally agree with Orlando, where even if it's a third person, as long as that person maintains a confidentiality between, because like you said, not necessarily everything is told to the parents, because there is a reason why this person has been comfortable with talking to him or her. If he feels that it's going to be the same, then yes, he himself would not be able to share in a better way he would otherwise. So I think it's only maybe what the parent needs to know could be shared, and maybe if the person can say it's being shared because at a parent level, maybe the parent could help the child in whatever way. Because I think if that comfort level is there, then even that the counselor or anybody for that matter could help that person in an own way, maybe even through a similar experience. Because sometimes when the person has had a similar experience, you can relate to that person much better, saying that even I had such a situation, even I was there, I know what it is being in that position. So, then the person is like, okay, fine, this person totally understands me, and, it becomes more easier. Michelle, what do you think on this?
I agree with all of y'all, okay? But then I personally think that, that the younger generation, they should always, keep their trust. Because the parents, they really trust them. So they shouldn't lose in any ways, in any circumstances. Because parents are always our first priority and they trust us. Even like, you see, back in Nottingham University, the students come from everywhere, okay? Parents give them money, but then they go into wrong way. It is very important that they should always keep the trust of the parents, because the parents really trust and send them. So they should always go into the way and the right ways.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all.
Right. Yes.
She's my sister. I just want to share about her. I have other nephews and niece. They are all same age group. But what makes her outstanding is that, and them, is that she comes to us for advice, because since small, she's very close with my mom, she's very close with me. And most of the time, if she wants to share something, she always have my mother. For her, my mother is a best friend. Wherever she go, my mom have to follow. She's still a baby to my parents, to my dad as well. So it's very easy for my mother to bring her up in this way. It's because for any simple reason, she will turn to her. She don't go to her friends. She don't go out with her friends. my parents never have stopped her. No, you shouldn't go here, you shouldn't do that. My parents are very open. But she chose not to follow the friends, but to follow my parents. Because what she believed is that when I follow the elders, my life will be much more better. All right? Just a moment ago, she just told me that a guy proposed to her on last Friday. She told my mom and she told me just now, and she told that person that I will pray on this. If this is God's plan, we will carry on, or else we will just end it. Let me pray over it. You know, that's the thing. That's what touched me so much. I said, my mom really brought her up in a very, very, in that way that she is so strong in her belief, and she knows that her life will be better if she follow the right path. Why do we have to choose the wrong path? You know that is something you are not supposed to do. What makes you to choose the wrong path? Like what Father Jacob said, completely don't compromise on what you are not supposed to do. Don't compromise to evil deeds. Don't. Just put a full stop, put a stand. No, I don't want to do it because I know it's wrong. Let me not do it. If you still have that urge that you still want to do it, you want to go and try for it, you just want to give a try, you want to give in, pray. If you can't turn to anyone, just pray. And then automatically you will have that negativity or whatever that you don't want to do, whatever is urging you to do, it will subside automatically. Since my teenage year, I've never been out with my friends, like I've never gone clubbing, I've never have gone out at night, even for cinemas, it's always with my parents. My dad, my mom, my sister, and myself. I have an elder brother. My brother, being a guy, so he's most of the time, he will be with his friends, but both of us, we are more attached with our parents. She is mommy's girl, I am daddy's girl.
And what about the brother then?
My brother, mommy.
Mommy, definitely. Moms
Yeah.
are always for their sons.
Yeah.
I'll always agree to that.
I will turn to my dad. I'm very attached to my dad. So if there is anything that I want to do, I want to go out with my friends anywhere after school, I will tell him. But I won't tell my mom because I know my mom will not allow me. Like my dad, he will tell me, okay, fine, I will send you, but I'll fetch you back. So he will send me, and then he will fetch me back. And that even in that 1-2 hours I'm with my friends, my mind still will be like, I want to go back. I want to go back. So it's like in a year, maybe 2 or 3 times I'll go out with my friends. Okay. But after my working life, I had a boyfriend. After he proposed, the first person I told was my parents. I have this guy who proposed to me. So he came over, he spoke. So after that, my life was all about my parents and him. Yeah. So when I go out, it's about with my parents or either with him. I don't go out with anyone else. Yeah. And all my friends and her friends, we know each other very well. So till today, if there is anything, I'll go back to my parents. I seek for their advice. I go back to my husband. I seek for his advice. I don't feel comfortable with my strangers or with I have very close friends, but they are just my friends. Yes. For me, family is family. Friends are friends.
It was nice to hear different views from different generations about their own life experiences. Till we meet next, stay blessed.